Bishop Noel Jones's 75th birthday was meant to be a night filled with joy, laughter, and celebration, a significant moment for a man who had devoted decades to the ministry. The venue was nothing short of breathtaking, showcasing a display of wealth and prestige that left everyone in awe. Chandeliers sparkled like diamonds, tables were exquisitely decorated, and the guest list featured some of the most influential figures from both the religious and entertainment industries, including gospel singers, celebrity pastors, and well-known Hollywood personalities who had come together to pay tribute to the legendary bishop. Every aspect of the event screamed extravagance, from gourmet five-course meals to imported flower arrangements flown in for the occasion. But what no one could have predicted was that the night would take a dramatic turn, leaving the entire room in stunned silence. You won't believe what happened next. Just when guests were settling in, enjoying their lavish meals and heartfelt tributes about Bishop Noel Jones's legacy, an unexpected storm brewed in the midst of the celebration. Pastor Clarence, a man known for his unfiltered sermons and staunch opposition to prosperity gospel preachers, made his entrance known in a way that caught everyone off guard. His mere arrival sent ripples through the grand ballroom. While some guests recognized him and braced for trouble, others, blissfully unaware, continued sipping their expensive champagne, oblivious to the storm that was about to erupt. What was supposed to be a night of joy had morphed into a moment of reckoning, as the grandeur of the event, the flashing cameras, designer suits, and lavish lifestyle became the focal point of an intense confrontation. What Pastor Clarence had to say would shake the very foundation of the celebration and leave people questioning whether such an extravagant affair was truly fitting for a man of God. Bishop Noel Jones didn't just celebrate his 75th birthday, he made a statement. This wasn't merely a gathering of close friends and family. It was a spectacular and ostentatious display of wealth and influence that rivaled some of the most extravagant celebrity galas. From the moment guests arrived, it was evident that no expense had been spared. The venue itself radiated opulence with grand ballroom decor, towering golden chandeliers, and walls draped in the finest silk. Every detail had been meticulously curated to reflect prestige, exemplifying nothing less than perfection for Bishop Jones's stature. Luxury cars lined the entrance, with chauffeurs waiting patiently as high-profile guests stepped out, dressed to the nines in designer attire. Inside, uniformed waiters glided through the crowd, serving premium champagne in crystal flutes and trays filled with delicacies crafted by world-class chefs. Tables featured gold-plated dinnerware, and no seat was left without an extravagant party favor, a custom diamond-studded keepsake in honor of the bishop's milestone. But the real spectacle was the guest list. This wasn't just another church gathering. It included some of the biggest names in the religious community: celebrity pastors, mega-church leaders, and gospel artists with global renown. And among them were unexpected industry figures from Hollywood, raising eyebrows and sparking questions about how deeply connected Bishop Noel Jones had become beyond the pulpit. The presence of A-list celebrities intensified the controversy, leading many to wonder if this was truly a birthday celebration or something much grander. And then came the highlight of the night, a private concert. With a stage set up featuring world-class sound and lighting, it felt less like a birthday party and more like an award show. Acclaimed gospel artists, along with a few secular musicians, took turns entertaining the crowd with soul-stirring performances. The energy was electric as guests clapped, danced, and reveled in the night's entertainment. It was an unforgettable, lavish affair. However, beneath the surface of this elite gathering, tension simmered. Not everyone was impressed by the display of wealth. Whispers circulated about the sheer excess, and many began to question whether a man of God should celebrate in such a grandiose manner. Just when the night seemed to flow seamlessly, filled with music, laughter, and praise for Bishop Noel Jones, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. A sudden eerie silence fell over the room as all eyes turned toward the entrance to see Pastor Clarence make his entrance. His presence alone triggered a wave of unease. Uninvited and unapologetic, he wasn't there to celebrate but to deliver a message. Pastor Clarence was known for his uncompromising stance against prosperity gospel preachers, and he had cultivated a reputation for exposing what he perceived as hypocrisy within the church. With a reputation for sharp sermons and unfiltered words, his arrival at this extravagant event could only signal one thing: he had something to say. Eyewitnesses recall the change in energy as Pastor Clarence stepped inside. Murmurs spread like wildfire. Guests began questioning why he was there. Some church leaders exchanged nervous glances, sensing that the night was about to take an unexpected turn. Bishop Noel Jones, seated at the head of the grand banquet table, noticed the commotion and turned to see his unexpected guest. There was a brief yet palpable moment of tension in the air. Pastor Clarence locked eyes with him, and his expression exuded authority. Then, his voice rang out, clear and strong. "Is this what ministry has become?" His words shattered the glamorous atmosphere, provoking gasps among the guests. His tone carried neither anger nor malice, but rather righteous indignation as he gestured around the room. "This is supposed to be a celebration of a man of God," he continued. "But tell me, where's the humility? Where's the sacrifice? Where's the example for those who follow you?" The room fell into silence. Some guests avoided eye contact, while others looked toward Bishop Noel Jones, awaiting his reaction. Security hesitated, unsure whether to intervene. No one had ever dared to confront the bishop in such a manner, especially in front of his elite circle. Bishop Noel remained seated, expression unreadable. He was used to handling public scrutiny, but this was different. This wasn't an external critic. It was a fellow man of God holding him accountable. The tension was unreal. Some guests whispered among themselves, others squirmed in their seats, anticipating what would happen next. Would Bishop Jones defend himself? Would he dismiss Pastor Clarence as merely a jealous voice? Or would he have to face the uncomfortable reality of his opulent lifestyle? Here's the shocking part. Pastor Clarence didn't just confront the bishop. He exposed what he viewed as the unsettling truth about his lavish lifestyle. What had started as an extravagant birthday celebration was now evolving into an intense public reckoning. The room, once filled with music and laughter, stood still as Pastor Clarence took center stage, his voice resonating with conviction. He pointed out the grandeur surrounding them: crystal chandeliers, lavish decorations, and diamond-studded gift sand. Asked Bishop Jones, "How does this align with the teachings of Christ? How can a man of God sit in wealth while his congregation struggles to keep the lights on?" Tension mounted as guests exchanged uneasy glances. Some whispered to one another, while others who had long questioned the prosperity gospel nodded in agreement. Pastor Clarence pressed on, his voice filled with righteous indignation. "This celebration," he declared, sweeping his arm across the room, "is a mockery of what the early church stood for. When did ministry become about private concerts, red carpets, and celebrity guest lists? When did pastors start living like kings while their congregations barely scrape by?" His words resonated throughout the grand ballroom, the weight of his accusations undeniable. He reminded those present of early church leaders who lived humbly, walked among the poor, and didn't indulge in luxurious lifestyles or demand admiration from the world. His gaze remained fixed on Bishop Noel Jones, who remained seated, expression unreadable. Yet it was clear this was a moment of reckoning, and Pastor Clarence was forcing the bishop to respond.